yeah, they are not allowed.
Well, this is the injured man, but we're hoping it's not too bad. No pockets in this one, at least.
No, I wonder if this move to the zone here will be easier for him because he have long arms and he will reach easier, or it's harder because the foot is high and he's compressing a lot of body to a small position.
Yeah, good point. And that's what I like about height when we talk about it in climbing, because it's never usually a huge advantage or disadvantage. It's how you use it, how you change your body to suit the boulder.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's different climbing. When you are 180 or 170 or 160, it's different climbing.
But he is a tall man. Let's see how he can work this out. Left foot on, really far to the left of that black dish.
Yeah, but look, he have a better position with the right hand on the tuna, almost just reaching it, but still a hard position.
He was super high on the tuner, almost touching the no-tex, and then he's adjusted it down a bit.
It's go naturally. If you know the hold, you know where the sweet spot is and you're trying to go there. But I guess I'm not sure if it's new that the tunas are dual textures on the side, or they have probably different types. And also, he is big and it's a small box, so he's trying to stretch his body more to feel more comfortable. I guess he will be okay in the next attempt because he was basically reaching it. But let's see, maybe to bring up the foot after the zone will be hard for a tall athlete.
Making sure of these holds. The athletes can brush them themselves, they can get the brushes to do it, and often psychologically it's nice that you know you've cleaned it the way you want it to be cleaned.
Oh, and a lot of the times there is mental brushing. You know what? Even if they have brushers coming and brushing for themselves, they are like, it's a part of the rest and the ritual of preparing yourself for the boulder.
Okay.
So mental brushing.
I always wanted to ask a coach about that. Do you ever coach them not to do it? Are you ever just like, look, it's a bit over the top, you're wasting time, just chill on the brushing?
You know, my opinion after brushing, about brushing changed after last year Prague World Cup when my top athlete Yannick Floer brushed
iconic moment in climbing that, yeah.
And he did it as a gesture for Adam Ondra, the local one, that climbed after him. But yeah, a lot of the time is mentality. Oh, he's trying to cut the boulder. Let's see if it works for him.
He's going to skip the zone hold. Now that kind of worked.
I tell you what, he can gain control with the left hand on this hold. I'm not sure he will find a good position to match it. It's a very hard hold.
Yeah. And of course, the danger is he hasn't been awarded the zone yet.
Exactly.
So if he got to the top, no problem. If he doesn't, it could be a problem. And he might just want to get this zone hold to ensure the points.
Yeah. So what you say here, it's an interesting rule about climbing. If you top the boulder without using the hold, the zone hold, you will get the zone hold. But if you don't top it and you went to the next holds after the zone, you won't get rewarded the zone. I wonder what his coaches are thinking about it.
It's one of those, if it works, you're a genius. If it doesn't, you're a fool kind of situation.
Exactly.
Meichi, he's going to try it. No, he's not, right? He goes back down this time. He'll want the points. He's got to get this hold and move some feet. That might count now, yeah. So points on the board, right foot in. And this move might be a bit easier.
No, but so what we saw different here for him is that he didn't do a drop knee. His knees were open, maybe a bit pushing him to the back. And also pretty much he was tired. I think he went for the zone this time because he knew it maybe the last attempt, so better to take the zone. He never leave his weaknesses behind, you know. He's fighting the weaknesses, working on them. And one of the things that makes him such a great athlete, that also being on the top of the boulder field for many years. He is on the podium since he's 18, you know, so many years in the World Cup circuit, and he is relatively young, so
long way to go for him as well. Well, Meichi Narasaki pulls off the ground and he's straight away into the position. A bit of a shake in the leg.
Take the zone without the left foot. I'm not sure if he's gonna be granted this zone, so
I don't think he moved it. I think he was falling more than using it.
So you will have two situations here. If he didn't get it, the Japanese coaches will appeal about he needs to get it. Let's watch.
Oh, maybe actually. The leg is moving.
I think he should get it now when I see the slow motion, but for sure, if I was there, one of my first thinking will be I need to appeal against the zone, but it's a part of my job, not because I don't want him to get the zone, or it's a part of the job of protecting your athletes and making sure that the judges are doing the right job.
Absolutely, and I have questions on that actually, because it is an interesting subject. We'll save it for later as Meichi goes up towards the zone. Nearly saved it by kicking left, but you can't really have no hands there.
Interesting position for him, because again, like the first boulder, he can reach the next hold from the, let's say, wrong position or not the perfect position, and it put him in a situation that his dominant hand is the right hand and the dominant foot is the right foot. So it's an unstable position for the body. So most of the time we want the dominant hand to be the opposite from the dominant foot, you know, to create the cross in the body to have balance. So this is an off-balance position, and also just very hard holds. I was about to say an F word about how hard are those holds.
Very.
Yeah.
Yes, that one.
Very.
Very hard. Meichi bobbles off that one again. Yeah, you're the second person to talk about that opposition. May was talking about it as well. She's a root setter too. So I think you see things differently, because it's something I hadn't really considered, to be honest, before you guys brought it up.
We are dealing with the really small details of the, you know, it's the top athletes of the world, you know. In competition, let's say 60 to 70% of the athletes can go to semis, and then from the semi-finalists, almost all of them are capable of going to finals and maybe win. So it's a hard field, it's a hard round.
That's better though from Meichi as he goes left. Foot.
I wonder if his left foot was on the dual text part of the volume, and this is why he slipped.
I thought the same thing, yeah. Because down at the bottom it is a bit of no friction there.
Could be, but the position of the right and right again and struggling bringing the left foot up, it demands from him a lot of energy spent. I wonder how it's gonna go. It's our last chance actually to see a top.
Do-hyun Lee came closest but fell at the top. So come on Meichi, we want to see this.
So now the most stressed people in the field are the setters that really wants to see at least one top on the boulder.
Let's see if Meichi can perform then. Brings that right foot, the left goes again, and just you get the feeling it's not going to come together here, but he's got maybe one last chance.
Look how amazing, how flexible he is to bring the right foot up so easily compared to the other athletes. That's brilliant.
It is, but he's going backwards, and I think he's going to say goodbye with 15 seconds to go. Right, final boulder then, as he moves to the crescendo of this men's final. Do-hyun Lee out in front. I think we'll see the leaderboard in a sec. The clock buzzes down. Let's see some replay. So watch this left foot. That's the flexibility we're talking about.
Yeah, that's amazing, especially because you have a lot of body to handle. So it's really nice to see this type of flexibility.
It's a great way to describe it, by the way. A lot of body to handle.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
you know, this is...
Well, the whole crowd now...
And you need to handle yourself in front of the camera.
You don't want to be throwing a tantrum out on stage, do you? Even though you might want to. Oh, we're lucky to be away from the cameras back here in the commentary box. Okay, Meichi Narasaki then. Let's see if he can figure this out.
Last athlete on the last boulder for the men round.
A big miss there. Oh. He can still get bronze if he gets a top.
But both of them are injured on the same elbow. I wonder if it was a specific move that made it happen.
Yes, apparently qualies for Meichi is what did it. I don't remember which boulder it was, and he does not like this jump.
Yeah, but I don't think he will struggle with the jump a lot. These type of jumps, you need to try them once or twice, then you get it. Anyway, as we already know, maybe the soft part of the boulder, this one. I believe he will go higher.
Do you think by being taller he can't crouch and explode out in a similar way?
I'm not sure. I think he's not going high enough. Maybe because he's tall.
Yeah,
it's a really small box for the start position. It's really crowded. Cheering each other. That's so nice in our field, how we support each other. So basically, we saw three different boulders getting a top. That's a pretty solid round, let's say, from the root setters doing a proper job. That's really nice to see. So shout out for the setters.
Yeah, I agree. It's been a good round. And throughout, actually, even though we saw maybe too many tops in some rounds, it was still interesting to watch for me anyway.
Yeah.
That's part of it, isn't it? That's all you really want.
Okay, he got it now. You know, maybe something is bothering him.
Yeah, I think
maybe the elbow in this position is really bothering him, because we didn't see Atlet struggling with the second move.
Now, you can see it in his face, and he's just not happy with his body right now.
I don't know how much higher he can fix his position now. I guess somewhere a little bit higher. And yeah, you know, it's always interesting to see the Japanese athletes climb. I think that although he's injured, he's still giving it all in, you know. I always say about the Japanese that they have this harakiri mentality. Like, they are demanding themselves, you know, they are the harshest
critics
of themselves.
Yeah. But also the selection process, they know that, you know, it's hard to get into the Japanese team. Wow. And if you start to slip, it's gone. It doesn't matter how good you are. I remember when Yoshiyuki couldn't make the team at one point.
Yeah, and we have Fuji not making it to the team last year. That's a really hard, and they have a lot of people fighting for not a lot of spots.
Absolutely.
Gonna get harder next year when IFSC is changing the quad system, and every team is gonna be limited for only 6 athletes.
Yeah, a lot of chat about that as well, and what that will mean with the team dynamics. And
for sure, making it very harder for the Japanese team. Okay, 30 seconds, probably the last attempt. Let's see what he can pull from this one.
Yeah, he's having to dig deep, not quite comfortable at the moment. Looks for the toe, I don't think he's going to get this. And I think Meichi will say goodbye now, he does. So down in 6th, this person in this final, 25, brother of Tomoa. More than capable of taking a win here this evening. Yeah, he keep it together.
He is the brother of Tomoa, but he's an amazing climber by himself. A lot of achievements, a lot of finals.
I'll never forget in Salt Lake, I was in the gym before the comp started, and he was just turning normal boulders into dyno problems. He was just like launching across the wall. And look at this. And he uses that height really well with the right foot.
This is the advantage he has with his size. But you know, it's not enough just to be tall. You have to know how to use your body in a different way than a short climber, you know?
Yeah.
So for him to understand, okay, I can reach it, I can keep my foot, it's good. But from the other hand, as we saw now, to bring the foot higher up, it's a bit harder for him. So it's all about the balance. It's never, oh, it's best to be a tall athlete, it's best to be a short athlete. I'm not sure if we have like a perfect range. Yeah, he is tall. He made the move different than everybody else. I'm not sure it's easier, you know?
No, I agree. Because he's so stretched out, isn't he?
Yes.
And then you've still got to bring your legs up to do the next sequence, so it might not be helping him.
Exactly. Maybe he will be able to switch his foot already on the first hold and bring it to the transparent hold. Interesting. Those transparent holds, really, you know, they were introduced for the first time in the World Cups in Bern, in Switzerland, World Championship. And we were all shocked, and we saw some amazing athletes like Jakob Schubert understand they need wet hands and washing their hands on the mat. It really brought a new range of movement to us. It's a really interesting design.
Yes, and if you're waiting for the league competition, I'm not going to give away the routes, but there might be some involved in the lead, which we don't often see, so that's going to be exciting as well. And that will take place over the weekend, because it's speed tomorrow and then lead on Saturday, Sunday.
Tomorrow, for the second time in my life, I'm going to be a speed coach. And I'm really excited to be a speed coach. And I really recommend everybody to watch the speed competition, because it's a completely different thrill than the bouldering. And really exciting, really interesting, and yeah, I'm excited to be a speed
I
coach.
am too. I love speed climbing, honestly. I can't talk about it enough. It's brilliant. All right, well, Meichi has 1:20 on the clock now. He's got the zone already. Still using that stretched out style.
Yeah, he's ranked 3 now. That's interesting, probably because of count back to semi.
Yes, if it's draws, it will be. There's attempts to zone and attempts to top. That helps separate as well. And he's got 2 medals already this season, one in Innsbruck and one in Salt Lake City, 2 silver medals. So he needs to complete the collection, get gold in there.
Yeah, for sure. Or bronze.
Yes, or bronze.
I think a medal is a medal, but for sure better the gold.
Absolutely. All right, up he goes again. 45 seconds on the clock. Hits the bad dish.
He's again trying to stretch up. Good, he have it. Now we have to find a way to bring his foot up.
Oh, floats his way into the gym.
Nice. But again, you see that you have to change your position to control the next move. And now you can see how hard is it, huh?
Yeah, it is.
Crazy.
And also, he keeps looking down at his left arm, which is quite heavily taped. I think he's got a bit of a niggle, a bit of an injury in there. So that was the crimp. The foot pop that time.
I wonder if he could do something else.
Yeah, you can see the pain in his face there. That's